Well, hi, a very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf. So today we've got this large Prairie from Airfix. Bought this at the Chatham show. Paid £8 for it. It's totally a non-runner. So I'm going to take it over to the track and show you what it's doing or not doing, as the case may be. And then we'll get it apart and yeah, see if we can get this running. Right, let's put some power on. And absolutely nothing as expected. Yeah, not even a buzz. Yeah, nothing there at all. Just try the other direction. No, completely dead. So let's go and take the body off and see if we can see what's wrong. Right, let's drop the body off of this first of all. That doesn't look too good, does it? That's not a good start. Actually, I think it might even be the screw I've just undone, so I'm not overly worried at the moment. Right, undo this one. Okay, what have we got inside? So a great big counterweight. Let's take this off the rear. Yeah, I don't need that. Let me get rid of that before it gets stuck in something. Off the previous loco that I was doing. I don't really want to disturb the wheels at this stage. Well, there's lots of wires going all over the place in here. Let's start lifting some wires out and let's see if we can see where the problems are. Right, there's the motor. Take that out. Motor looks quite new actually. I'm just going to nip through the wire. Take this completely away. Right, let's just try the motor and see if we've got any power on that first. Right, just a 12-volt supply here. Right, so the motor's absolutely fine. Let's pop that to one side for a minute and let's have a look what we've got in here. Take out the contacts, and we've got one going to the chassis here, and yeah, one going to the okay, that seems fairly straightforward. It's all perished. Right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up around the cylinders here, make sure they're nice and free from movement, and paint in this area. I don't know what's happened there, somebody sort of filled that with something, so we can clean this up, and then I think I'm going to start again with the contacts and basically run 2 wires from the contacts underneath here up into onto the motor and do away with the pickup through the chassis, I think. Is that the right thing to do? Right, let's lift those wheels out and I can clean up the chassis, get this all nicely tidied. I'll just take the rear pony track off. There's a little spring there that I don't want to lose. I'll put that up there. Right, I'm going to give this a clean and little bit of a repaint, I think. So I've taken the chassis outside and just given that a dust over with paint just to make it a little bit tidier. And with my cellulose thinners, I've cleaned the paint off of the right, so I've cleaned the paint off the crossheads. It took me a while to think about it, the crossheads there. And yeah, on these parts again, I've tried to clean the paint off, and yeah, it's beginning to eat into them because these are actually plastic. So what I'm going to redo is just repaint these areas, and then on the cylinders themselves I'm just going to paint this area in so you can't see it. Might actually paint the overall pistons and just tidy the whole area up a little bit. So let me grab some paint. Well, while I'm waiting for the paint to dry, let me unsolder or desolder this old wire, and let's have a look what we've got in terms of the pickups. Okay, that's that cleaned off. Right. Now I think the best way to do this is to put some fresh wires on here, so I'm going to cut the plastic back a little bit. Cut that bit of plastic away. There we go. Right, and then if I just clean off the pickups either side, some old wires there on that, and right, let's get a little bit of solder on there. Not yet. That's one. Let's do a little bit on this side. Okay. Now I want to put a couple of wires on here, so I'm going to use my nice thin wire, screen wire here. I'm not really worried about polarity. There's one, and there's two. That's one of them. Let's do the other one. 2 wires on for now. Okay, I'll just bend those back through like so. They're going to go up through the chassis. And I need to get rid of that little old earthing point. That can go. Let's try this. There we go. Fold that down. Right, and then final step is I'm going to insulate the whole of this base plate so that it can't make contact with the body. So where's my black tape? Here. Go. Okay, so quick recap. I've painted up the cylinders, painted up the crossheads, cleaned off the runners either side there, and I've dusted over the chassis. So let's get it all back together. First things first, this drops in this way round, and I am going to put a very small amount of grease on the bearings, I think. Where's my grease gone? There it is. A bit of grease there. Just a good measure, a little bit on the teeth of the cog. Okay, right. Next is the pistons. So let's try and get these in. There we go, that's the pistons in. Okay, before I grease and oil those, let's put the pickups back in. Now I just want to check that these are okay. I didn't do this earlier, I was going to straighten all of these. Let me just get my little pliers. There we go. Right, push my 2 wires through the chassis hole, down through there. That's one of them. That's the other one. Very gently, I've got to tease the pickup block back in. Right, that doesn't look too bad. Oh, no, good. Well, I popped it all back together and then noticed that I hadn't put the the motor in, so let's get that screw in first. Use a little bit of grease on the screwdriver to hold the screw. Try and get this lined up. Not quite. There we go. Right, try and put the pickups back in again. This one's been a bit of a challenge to put back together. We're getting there now, I hope. Nope, still not there. Right, let's pop that down. That way up. Okay, that's not looking too bad. I'm just going to put the other screw in the front to hold the pickups in place. Right, that's the wheels back on. Pickups are all in. Doesn't look too bad actually, and yeah, the cylinders are all clear. So with that done, I can now attach these two wires onto the motor. Let's see if that's warm enough. And that one can go. That one can go. And I'll take that off of there. And that off of there. Okay, I'm just going to tin these wires. That's that done. I can turn the soldering iron off now. Cut this wire away, and yeah, time for a little test. Right, let's give this a bench test. Just apply a little. Oh, look at that! Oh, it was going so well. Now it's stopped. Tiny little sticky point, I think. Don't know whether it's the track or the motor, but either way, quite a nice little runner. A little bit bumpy on the old wheels though. I'll go and make a couple of measurements on that one, and yeah, just so I can see why that front wheel's moving so much. Well, I've made some measurements of the wheel, and the wheel's all true. What I think it actually is because the worm wheel, or the worm and gear, is down onto this front axle. There's an awful lot of play in there, and I think it's just where the motor is sort of a little bit jerky as it's turning, and it's just, you can see it just knocks the wheels across. I think that's all it is. The wheels do seem to be pretty straight, so, but anyway, it seems to be quite a strong runner, and yeah, it doesn't look too bad going backwards and forwards, so I'll call that a success. So the one thing I do need to do is, I didn't oil it, so I'm going to do that now, just on a couple of the components. Particularly on these sliders. I do need to find my proper oiling pen so I can get down into the gearboxes, but yeah, onto the axle boxes, sorry, but yeah, that's for another day. Right, let's get the rest of this back loco back together. Now, one of the things that I am going to do is take this body through, and actually probably doesn't need it, but I'll do it anyway while it's off. Just give it a clean with some soapy water and try and get any dirt off of there that I can, and then just a couple of screws to hold it back together. So I'll just put this one on the rear here, which supports that rear pony truck, and then I've got this front pony truck to go back in. That was on this screw that I put in I put this in temporarily, but I need to do the body up first. Let me go and give this a clean. Well, it's come out rather nicely. Just cleaned it off, got all the dirt off, and just touched in the paint around the middle there. So yeah, that's ready to go back on, and yeah, we'll go and close this video out with a run around the track. Well, what a great addition to the railway. Really pleased with this one, and at only £8, didn't take a great deal to get it back on the rails, and yeah, it looks good. It's been going around on the track now for half an hour while I've been filming, and yeah, I've had one derailment, but in half an hour that's not bad at all. Just popped off the rails as it's going down one of the slopes, but other than that, absolutely perfect. Really pleased with it, and yeah, another one on the back on the rails. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and why not check out the channel? Lots on there. If you can subscribe, you'd be doing me a really big favour. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and helps the channel move forward. So yeah, if you can subscribe, please do. And with that, we'll leave this one there. I'll just say thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.